to this week's show. Last week, we attended the Eastern Regional Conference for NASBA in D.C., and I reported on many issues that happened on the first day. I will be talking about the issues that shared on the second day on today's show, as well as talking about some MSATP issues such as membership, education, community outreach, and all the things that we're doing over the summer, which I think we have quite an exciting little layout going on.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
As you can see, I'm joined this morning by President Ellen Silverstein and our first Vice President, Bob Medberry. Good morning, Ellen and Bob.
Good morning,
Good morning,
Sandy.
We are
Good
bright in
morning.
sunshine. We had some storms last night, so
Did we
yes.
ever?
So we have a lot to cover this morning, so I'm going to get right into it. Okay.
Great.
So the first thing that was discussed at the NASBA conference, it was the issue of continuous testing for the CPA exam. So as of June of 2020, we will see continuous testing for the exam. At the Board of Accountancy meeting on Tuesday, they discussed this issue and how it would affect the Maryland people or Maryland candidates. And from what they saw in the regulations, a concept paper must be developed and produced and presented at the board meeting in August. If approved, the new regulations will be prepared.
So this means then that there's no break in the testing schedule.
That's correct.
Kids can, the candidate position the kids, but the candidates can sign up and take any part of the exam at any time.
Exactly.
And there's no break.
There's no break.
No break.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So they're going to continue going all the way
Right,
through.
right.
That's mind-boggling.
Yeah. Well, it's a trend. It's immediate.
Immediate
Immediate.
everything.
Okay. So the next thing that was discussed is the evolution of the CPA. And everyone agreed that the changes going on with the CPA candidate on the future needs to be versed on AI, I always say that backwards,
Yeah.
Bitcoin, and cybersecurity is going to be a need for the future.
Right.
And it was suggested that under consideration that the experience requirement needs to be extended to 2 years. Currently, it's 1 year. So they're actually looking
Wow,
at
extending experience to 2 years.
That's what the talk is. I'm not saying it's happening, but that's what the
Right.
talk was down
And
there.
I know there's a huge push to get the candidates who need to be better versed in the technology.
Yes.
So be that artificial intelligence, AI, or cryptocurrency, or whatever it is that they're
The
talking about. I know
Bitcoin,
that
yeah.
they're talking about having kids before they even take the exam have that background,
Right.
some of that knowledge.
Right.
So,
And that really brings us right to the next topic, the 12150.
Mm.
Because what they were talking about is, right now those 30 hours can pretty much be anything that you're looking at. And a lot of
I could take advanced basket weaving.
you could.
Perfect. I would prefer that at this point in my career. Wish I knew how.
There you
Okay.
go. And Bob would probably take horseback riding because he loves
Right,
horses.
yeah, there you go. Right.
Right,
Do they have a
exactly.
course in that? I think they do.
I'm sure they must.
A question.
A question.
Equestrian,
There you go.
go.
There you go. Well, so what they thought was to use those 30 hours
Mhm.
to teach about the AI, the Bitcoin, and the cybersecurity and the cyber cryptocurrency.
Mhm.
But the concern was some of the professors were concerned that about getting that into that 120 because 120 hours is already jam packed.
Yes,
So
it is.
getting additional
Mhm.
those additional topics might be tough. So that's kind of the debate that's going on now. But what the problem is, they're saying we'll do it in the 30. Well, the problem is if they put it in the exam in Maryland, you can take the test at 120. So if they don't learn it until the additional 30, they won't have the data they need to take the test.
Yes. So the requirement now, just so I'm clear, is that you only need 120 credits to take the CPA exam,
The exam.
but 150 to graduate and get a degree.
No,
in
150 to get to take to register for the license. So
Oh,
you have
okay,
to
okay, so
okay,
take
so
the
you have to
exam at
have your
120.
BA and everything
Okay.
at 120.
Okay.
Take the test, but
So
you
much
don't.
has changed.
I know, but you don't need to have the 150 for your license.
I see.
So that's where it is, and
they-
that's the problem is that
Mm.
that's Maryland. There's 13 other states that do 150, 150. So it's
Wow,
not
so
even
you-
uniform nationally. So that's the other issue. So the stakeholders really have something to look at on this one
So they're
because
going
lot
to
of
continue
discussion.
talking
Oh,
about
That's
so
right.
now they're saying this is going to be a fluid exam. So you're going to see new questions popping up all the time.
Oh,
and
my
probably
heavens.
what we
Yeah.
would call a trial question.
Yes. So it's
Right, the ones
they,
that you answer that they really kick out of the exam because there's no right or wrong.
Right.
particularly in
yeah. So the candidates really have an interesting going forward here.
Why maybe some kids
That's
are
good.
wanting
They
to
can keep
take
taking it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So the other issue that was discussed was peer review, and it was really not the CPA side of it. It was actually the reviewer side. You know, what they're reviewing and making sure that they're looking at the AI, the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency. So again, not only is the candidates test changing, but what we're doing in our businesses are changing.
So the education of the peer reviewers changes.
Exactly. So
Wow.
really,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
like I said, it was
So it's
jam packed.
huge.
So
Yeah.
the last item was the CPE audit tracker, and I'm very excited to see this happen for CPAs. I don't know if the CPAs are excited, but I'm kind of
No,
excited.
that's a good thing.
So what right now? So Maryland's going to be in the second rollout. So what this is currently with the IRS for all our enrolled agents, we have to register with the IRS the credits that you've taken with us as a CPE sponsor. Where the CPA really doesn't have that process. So now NASBA has developed a program, a platform that now when you guys complete your courses with MSATP, we will now provide that data to NASBA. Now, how this benefits you as a CPA, a couple things is now, you know, Bob, you might be licensed in Maryland and Virginia, just throwing that
Okay.
out. Okay, so you'll be in there by each of your licenses, and they'll take all your credits, look at it, and say, okay, Bob, you're good for Maryland. In Virginia, you're missing this. So they'll actually tell you what you're missing for your license.
Wow.
So that, you know, it's not one of those things like, oh, did I take that or didn't I take it? Did this qualify for Maryland? Did it qualify for Virginia?
Wow.
So
they'll
it's
already know.
a national database, you know, so which is great. Now here's the unique thing though. Here's the problem. So what's going to start is, again, you have a license in Maryland, you have a license in Virginia. Well, you're going to have all these license numbers, which is going to be really complicated.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen when you log in the first time, you will get a ID, a CPA ID, which is like a national ID number, and that's what number we're
That's
going to be.
the tracker
Right.
number.
So the
Wow,
thing
okay.
is, so like I said, Maryland's going to be on the second rollout. So we're probably looking at about September having this done. And actually, I have a meeting with NASBA so they can review our database to make sure that we can access their database, so everything can upload very pretty smoothly. There's a seamless process. A seamless process.
And that will be continuously fed.
Continuously fed.
Wow.
And so the other part of that is going to be the CPA audit. So, you know, as they say, one out of every 100 gets audited for their
That's true.
CPE. Now this is going to be automated because not only do I have to provide them the education, but what's going to happen, they're going to see what we provided, what you reported, and if it doesn't match, it'll be automated. It'll be
Right.
automated. It's not going to be.
So then really, would we even have to go through the license renewal process? Shouldn't it be automatic by the state?
Oh, honey, you're still going to pay the money.
Well, no, I understand.
No,
Oh yes, I'm aware that they're going to want their whatever it is, $80 or something. But wouldn't that be an automated process? Then you already have the data. Now you just have to send me a bill.
But the thing is, what they're looking for is also because some people who are educators write articles and stuff, and you get credits for that. You get credits for peer review.
Teaching.
Okay.
Teaching. You get
Right.
teaching
Wow,
credits,
okay.
peer review, and so
And
that'll be
that's not captured. On
that's
that.
not captured by the provider.
Right.
So that's a personal, and that's where your personal reporting comes
Sure.
into
And you
play.
still
I
have
see,
to
I
answer
see.
their questions. Are you subject to peer review? Yes or no?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they can it's sort of like an IRS system where they're cross-checking. Whatever
Exactly.
you're submitting, they will be able to easily cross-check
Right.
with the national database to confirm that I actually took
Right.
those classes and yes, they qualify.
Right.
Okay.
Now, what's our challenge is going to get all that data. Now we have to make sure we have all the CPA licenses from all of our members.
Okay.
So a lot of our members who've been saying, oh, you know, when we say we need to report to the IRS, they're going, oh, I'm a CPA. You really don't need my numbers. Now I'm going to need their numbers. I mean,
And if
this
they-
is very important. I'm going to start needing your numbers. And not only for numbers for Virginia, for Maryland, for if you're PA, Iowa, whatever the case may be,
Wherever you
because we need to capture that. And so
Wow.
that's very important that you need to send that in to us.
Hmm.
So as you can see, Ellen, it was
Right.
jam packed. It was
you were
very
a very busy lady.
yes,
this
it
week.
was
Yeah.
good.
My goodness.
So
Okay.
so that sort of touches on some highlights from the event. So let's change gears a little bit and let's talk about the state and the IRS briefly.
Mhm.
Now, hopefully, everyone online or who is watching reminded their clients about the Community College Promise Scholarship because all the applications had to be in on Monday. So if they did not submit on Monday, that possibility of getting that $5,000 has gone out the window.
Will it be available again next year?
Yes,
Okay.
but like I said, they lost it for
That's
this year.
true, right.
Yeah, so.
True.
So now the other next thing is the IRS faxing service. Did you hear about
I
this?
did. I've seen those emails across my desk.
And so
Tell
I'm
me.
going to let you share.
Okay,
'cause I'm
so
getting
then
kinda talky.
they're no longer going to be faxing those transcripts information. You're gonna, I'm assuming that it's all going to be through e-services and only be delivered online via
Right.
their e-services. So I'm anxious to go to the IRS form, which is
Mhm.
how I got my e-services working last time. Because
Right.
my e-services account, even though I tried many times, I still couldn't get in.
Right.
But when they were on site, actually, at the
Right.
IRS National Forum being held at National Harbor in Maryland, July
July.
9th,
Yeah.
10th, 11th, or something like that.
Yes.
And I was there, and I actually spoke to them. They gave me a direct line I could call. I got in. Boom, it's worked ever since.
There
It's
you
been
go.
fantastic. So a great reference there. And so they're not going to be faxing transcripts anymore. That service is ending, and they're obviously going to make you just continuously use
Right.
the e-services. You got to make sure that that's working.
Right.
And
And
apply
that's
for that.
next week, June
Okay.
28th. June
It's-
28th. It's
What
a
has
stop.
happened to the first 6 months of the year?
I know. Can you believe this?
No.
June 28th.
Yeah.
And let's talk
Crazy.
a little bit about the IRS forum. We're going to
Yes.
be there.
Fantastic.
I know we are
Yes.
just all over the place. Again,
Yeah.
reaching out, doing that community part.
Right.
And so we
True.
have a booth that we're going to be
Right.
setting up. And what we would like is for all of our members who are actually going to be attending
Come
to
on.
stop by the booth.
You need to come by.
And you'll get a little banner or your little ribbon that says MSATP member.
Good.
And then we have the little tchotchkes
Yes.
for our members.
Lots
so
of little giveaways.
little giveaways.
That'll
So
be awesome.
and chocolate. You always have to have chocolate.
Of
Chocolate,
course,
chocolate,
of
chocolate.
course, of course.
So make sure that you stop by our booth. And actually, I can tell you, we are booth 106. There you go. So there we go.
Yes.
So
Do
hopefully
come
we'll
by.
see.
We'd like to meet you all, and I'll be there. I'll be in and out. Obviously, I'll be attending some classes, but
Yes,
yeah.
we'll be love to
That's
see you.
awesome.
Love to see you.
Perfect.
And we'll be giving away bottles of Maryland wine as a giveaway.
Get out our
I know.
60th anniversary wines.
I know.
Very fun.
Yum,
Okay,
yum,
perfect.
yum. So the next thing is the W4.
Mm.
Now, again, we all saw that. That came out like at the end of May. I think it was like May 30th. And so we still have some concerns as a society with the new W4. And we are preparing a white paper concerning it. And we are
Okay.
going to be sending it into the powers to be at the IRS.
Mhm.
So, but we want to hear from everyone. I mean, we want to hear your thoughts. And so if you have some thoughts, opinions, comments on the new form or the instructions, if you really, I mean, take a look at both.
Right.
Please send them in to me. You have until close of business tomorrow to do that. That's 4:30. So you can just email me at sandy@msatp.org. We would love to hear from you, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Because again, we want to have a loud and a joint voice when it
Right.
comes to these issues.
It's a little bit, I don't know. It's not the same, obviously, and change is difficult.
Yes,
It's asking for a lot of other data.
not lots of
that's,
data.
that's not related to your employment,
Mhm.
particularly. And so I find that to be a bit disconcerting, but
Yep.
my opinion.
Yep. I mean, sometimes I think they're diving a little bit more into the personal area that my concern
Well,
is. As an
agreed.
employer,
and my employer doesn't need to know what other
I-
income sources I might
right?
have.
What my husband's
particularly.
working, or
Well, right,
exactly
right.
what my
So,
investment's value is.
It seems a little bit invasive.
Mhm.
I do think you can limit your exposure by
Yes.
putting down the pertinent information you wish to share, which
Right.
may or may not be full disclosure by any means.
Mhm.
So definitely talk to your tax preparer and other members of our society to figure out what's the best way for your clients to actually handle all that.
And I'll
So,
tell you, a lot of companies do have HR people and everything like that, and you really don't want to share this with them.
Mhm.
And of course, you have your tax professionals that you're already sharing a lot of this personal data with. And you and we all are as professionals, this is an opportunity to reach out to your clients and
Mhm.
say, this is coming down the pike.
Mhm.
This is what's going on. You know what? If you do not want to talk to your HR person about this, you make an appointment with us,
Right.
and
Right.
get that initial conversation, because also in the long run, looking at that at that point in time, maybe help your client next tax season on their withholding, because we all saw that this year.
Yes.
We
yes,
all saw
certainly
that.
did.
We all experienced that.
Right. Right.
So what about long-term employees? They filled out a W-4 a long time ago.
Right. But I really believe
I'm
that.
not- I'm assuming that every employer is going to have to issue a new W-4.
Four.
And every employee is going to have to refill out that
Refill
form.
out.
I haven't seen the
Yeah.
detail. of that.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what it
I'm
looks like.
assuming that everybody would have to refill
That's
out
my
the form.
understanding, Bob. I could be wrong, but
Right.
that is my understanding.
And how is the state then working? If, the W-4 at the federal level is one thing, how is the state
Well,
then
they have to have
doing
their
it?
own regulations.
Right.
So, and are they going to be changing the way that their methodology
Right.
is working? I don't know. Are
Well,
they still
you know-
doing the same tables that they've had for years? I don't
Well,
know.
we have that meeting with them in July.
Well, then that's a
I
great
think
question
that's, I
to
think
put
we
on.
need to bring
Yep.
up to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some other, let's talk about some fun things. Okay.
Gee.
I know we do
Yeah, I
do
know,
fun
right?
things
Yeah.
here as well. So on Saturday, we're going on a wine tour at the vineyards and please
Dodon.
Thank you so
Dodon,
much.
yes.
And that's in Davidsonville.
Davidsonville, which is right outside of Annapolis.
Yes.
So,
So I'm going to be there.
I'm going.
I know,
Yeah.
Bob, you're not going to be able to join
No,
us,
I
but
won't.
we have a good group, about 18 people
18?
going. Yeah.
And they still have a chance to sign.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, and
Not
I mean,
too late. Please
not too
feel free
late.
to sign up.
that's
Yes.
right, and it's an afternoon, late afternoon, like around 3 o'clock.
Uh-huh,
So you can get up, do your mowing, do your chores, do your grocery shopping, then
And
come back
come
and
on
have
out and enjoy
Come
a
on out and
glass of wine.
sample some wine.
Yeah,
sample some wine with
absolutely.
us.
Yeah,
We'd love to have you.
we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. So the next thing is the lunch and learn.
Right.
And so we have a bunch of those coming up in July.
Right.
We have one on client communication, which is on
With
July 11th with Betty Stamen. And these events are free
Great.
and they're for an hour. Enjoy, sit there at your desk, have your sandwich, watch from
So you're
12
logging
to
in
1.
online. It's nothing live. It's
No.
just live webinar.
Right.
Strictly webinar.
And
And
it's
this is
sit there.
information. It's not
Information.
for credit, but
Right.
Yeah.
it's good information.
Oh, it's great information. These are things that we've been hearing from our members saying, hey, yeah, I know, CPE is good,
Right.
but CPE is not everything. We
Not
really
everything.
need the knowledge. We need the
Yay.
knowledge. We
Yes.
need the information. We need to know what's best for our practices and our
Correct.
businesses and how we can better communicate with our clients.
So when
and
she's talking client communication, what would be involved?
and like I said, the present emails,
Okay.
faxing, correspondence,
Okay.
those sort of things. And
Wow,
so
okay,
she's going
great.
to she's going to really cover a lot of ground on
stuff.
that. A lot of
Great.
ground.
Great.
Okay, the other thing is we have a great relationship with MVLS, the Maryland Volunteer Lawyers Service,
Good.
right? And we have an event with them also on July 11th, but this is in the evening. And this one is on so your client's bank account is frozen, liens, levies, and other collection actions. And again, another free event. This one, you go,
Uh-huh.
you get a nice dinner.
Great.
Yeah, and
Right.
it's and this one you do get a CPE. You get 1 hour 1 hour CPE on this.
That's
So-
fantastic.
So again, a nice relationship that we have built with MVLS
That's
on
right.
that program.
It
So
provides a great service to the
a great service.
No question.
No
Yeah.
problem. Well, I am really excited about the next one, Employee to an Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
We are having this event on July 16th.
Mm-hmm.
I am just astounded. We advertised this the first time yesterday.
Oh, really?
First time yesterday afternoon. We can take 24 people. We have 19 people registered.
Unbelievable.
In a day. In
Not even
less
a day.
24 hours.
Less than
Under
24.
That's outstanding.
I mean,
Yes.
look at us rocking it.
Oh, I'm
Wow.
telling you.
Can you
That's
believe
awesome.
it?
That's exciting.
A lot of great
How many
material.
presenters do we have? tonight?
Right now we have 4,
Okay.
4 plus the MC, which is
Right,
Rich, and which will be right, the moderator. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so again, this is free. We're very excited about this.
That's
I mean,
fantastic.
I couldn't believe it. I am just, look, I got goosebumps. I was
Yeah.
like going, oh my God.
And it's
we-
a different time. This time we're doing it in the evening.
Evening time, and
Which is great.
it seems
That
to be
seems to be
working.
a very good time for a lot of
And
people,
I know
obviously.
the 5 to
so
7
But it
time.
may be good
Right.
for others.
Yeah,
It
and
should
so we're
totally.
here in the Columbia.
Let's
and
talk about some other topics. Yeah, for sure.
and like I said, and so with that, we probably have maybe 7 spots left.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
so if you are interested in this, I mean, literally, you better
Today
sign
and
up.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Today and tomorrow.
gosh,
I
we're
know.
doing it.
Close the business Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
So then we have another lunch and learn on software options. Again, another free course, same thing, 12 to 1. Sit there and have your lunch, listen, enjoy. You don't have to do the polling
No
questions or
options.
anything. It's just for information. It's just the knowledge that you need.
Software options, accounting, tax. What are they talking about?
Both
Oh,
accounting,
okay.
and
Fantastic.
and
We were-
apps.
but we were just talking about that on our Business Builder think tank this morning. A lot of people are using ProSystem FX or CCH Access, some of the higher end
Mhm.
softwares. I tend to use a mid-grade, But yeah, so that's awesome. And what are the differences?
Right.
You know, what can do what? So somebody had bought the scanner that actually can read every kind of W-2 or 1099, and it populates this,
Really?
populates the software.
Populates it, really?
And
It does.
and
You have
how,
to check it.
I was
It's
going
not
to say,
always 100%
how
accurate.
accurate is it? So
He
you're
says, but it's pretty
That's
darn
just like
accurate.
pretty tight.
conversions.
Yeah,
So,
just yeah, that's
So
interesting.
it's a pretty, but that's software, you know, so there's just a
Who's
lot of
doing,
availability.
who's doing that one?
Jonathan Redland's going to
Okay.
be
Right.
overseeing that one.
And then you have one more on practice management.
Yes. And that one's going to be by Michael Blair.
Oh, that's great.
And he has 2 practices. He has one in Westminster and one in the Annapolis area. And he's going to be doing that on August 22nd. Again, 12 to 1. So, I mean, I think
It's
these
a
are
no-brainer if
yeah.
you're around.
Like I said, it's these are great topics. These are all topics that's going to help you in your business, help your bottom line.
Yeah.
That's
So
what's
Are
important.
the lunch and learns limited? I mean, is it limited availability?
Right now,
Probably
we're
100?
yeah. I think it's
100.
90. I think
So-
it's 90. We're going to be able to do so.
Plenty of space.
Yes.
Plenty of space.
Okay.
So
Now, just remember that all these events, some of these are
Right,
non-CP,
non-CPs.
some are CP. So,
Right.
so just take that into in consideration when you're
Right.
looking at them.
But
So-
remember, it's free.
Yeah, and right, exactly. A lot of them are free. A lot of them are free. I think all of them are free except for the wine. And
Right. Yeah, the wine is not free.
Right.
That's right.
But, yeah.
Everything is free but the wine.
But
So
there'll be lots of people there to be networking with, and that part's free.
That's
So-
right. Well, let's talk about some cost saving opportunities.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
So,
Okay,
here we are.
All right, so we introduced a 60th anniversary special, and we're combined our continuing education with membership, right?
Mhm.
So we have the plans, and they've been available on your in your catalog, your education catalog, etc. Please check this out if you haven't already. Make sure you've renewed your membership with MSATP, but also think about combining you're going to take a 1040 or you're going to take a business entities class this
Mhm.
fall. Those classes are filling up, so we highly recommend that you start thinking about signing up for those classes now. But they are still available. These plans will end. The Pro and the Plus plans are going to end August 31st. So after that, they will no longer be available once their really seminar season gets into full gear. But these are great, great cost savings, and please check this out either on the web or via the education catalog for yourself. So,
Right, it's very comprehensive because
It is.
not only do you get, like on the Pro, you get your 1040, you get your membership, you get 2 hours of ethics, you get 5% off any additional seminars
And
that
then you get the
end,
monthly.
and you get the monthly, and you get all these other free events. I mean, it's a win-win-win-win. I
Totally.
mean,
I don't know how anybody is, if you're going to be taking a class,
Mhm.
you get all this extra stuff if you sign up for a plan,
Exactly.
and some benefits and discounts.
So
It's
here's,
highly worth
so
considering.
here's the thing.
haven't
If
already.
you're confused about it or have a question, call the office.
right,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
And they will walk you through it step by step and show you the value of what you're getting.
Right,
So-
and in some cases, it might not be the best, but one of the great things our staff is doing is they are taking that. It's not like they're saying this is your only option. They are really looking at the whole picture,
Right.
what you have, who you are, how many employees you're sending, and so we are giving you the best deals and no matter
and-
what, no matter what. Now the other thing is June 30th. Now June 30th, if you paid your dues or if you sign up for one of the plans, you're going to be entered into win
A
One of the
free
plus-
membership,
a
right?
plus plan product.
You can win a whole $1,000 plan.
$1,035. That's your BE, your 1040, your ethics, your membership. I mean, and for those who have already signed up,
Right.
we're going to refund your money back if you're the winner. So,
there you
if
go.
you haven't
Everybody's
signed
name
up,
gets
and,
pulled in.
yeah, everybody gets pulled in.
Right.
So remember, do that by June 30th to be a part of that great opportunity.
That's great.
Okay.
We're constantly looking at new benefits, I see.
I see. We are
Yes.
really doing it. So we've added business insurance, cybersecurity insurance, printer ink discounts. We are looking to add maybe in the near future vision and a dental program. So
Wow.
insurance.
Okay.
So again, we are just continue to increase the value of your membership, and the membership is only $100. I mean,
There's
that's
no better
amazing.
savings than
I mean-
being a member of MSATP, obviously.
I mean,
So,
I just ordered
Right.
3 ink cartridges for the office here, and I paid $117. Now, prior to this, I paid $174. That was a $57 savings.
right away.
So right there, so for 1 ink cartridge, I've already paid for half my membership at $100.
Right.
I mean, you can't beat
Check
these.
has some of these
Oh,
benefits.
I know.
Yes.
And then the 2 hours of free ethics that you get from your membership.
Unbelievable.
I mean, we're almost paying you to join.
please, yes.
I'm serious,
Everybody
right?
should be a
Join
member.
us.
I can't see why you wouldn't want to be.
I'm
So,
telling you, it
yeah.
is crazy.
We
So-
have a lot of great benefits. We've got great members. We've got a really active and involved board and staff, and we're
Mhm.
really pushing to get what we can out of this. You know, whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it.
Right,
I said
exactly.
that earlier today. It's absolutely true. So if there's ideas that you have or other thoughts that you have about what might be a good value benefit, you have a client that does something that might be a good service and it might, you know, fulfill a lot of our needs, please contact us. You know, I
Right.
have other people wanting to talk to me or you about potentially speaking
Oh,
at events
yes.
and things like that. So we're constantly looking for new ideas and things like that. So getting involved is really important
yeah.
part of how you give back to
Yeah.
Yeah.
your profession.
And we have these events, like we're having the wine tasting,
Mhm.
we've had in the past ball games and so forth.
Mhm.
And that's a chance to come and talk to your other fellow members.
Yes.
And that's a chance to get some other information.
Right,
Right,
and we're going to
right.
be celebrating October with a Guinness tour.
Yes, we are. So not only are we going to do wine, we'll also do a little beer. you
Yeah.
know, but we'll wait for September.
Yes, we'll
So
wait for
that's gonna be
September on
fun.
that.
That's gonna
Yes,
be really
yes,
fun.
yes.
Right after the September 15th deadline,
Yeah.
before you get really bogged down with October 15th.
Right.
So.
And I have to say, Ellen, with all the things that we're doing within the society, and I mean, people say, "Oh, I just don't have the time to volunteer." We have so many different things going on that we can find. If you just have an hour,
That's
hour
it.
a month to volunteer, we will find a place for you. We
Right.
want to hear from you. We want you to be a part. This is your society.
That is absolutely
That is
true.
so important. You got to remember, this is your society.
That's correct.
We're just here to guide it. It's all you.
It
Yeah,
is.
and so
everything that we've been doing are all ideas that we've all come up with sitting on the board, just working in conjunction with all of our members and our membership, whatever ideas we've had to make improvements, bringing you the non-CPE classes
Yes.
that we know that you're looking for. We know you need the work and want that knowledge. So we're happy to provide it. You just got to give us a heads up about what
Right.
that might be, so we
Right.
can get working on it.
Right.
And that actually brings us right to next week's show.
Okay.
Next week, we're going to be joined by Jonathan Rivlin. Jonathan recently did an article on Reg Section 7216
Mhm.
for our fall issue of the Free State and County. Because of the topic and the interest and the feedback that we got from that article, we are adding a new seminar, actually, and it'll be in September. So I don't want to give away too much because we're really finalizing all the
Yeah.
details. But Jonathan will be joining us next week on this very important issue, and it's interesting. How things it's been out there for many years and nothing happens.
Been laying under the radar.
Laying under, no lie, the last two seminars, the Bob Jennings, and then yesterday we had the seminar up in Belcamp
Oh,
with
good.
Eli Knopf, and actually both of them brought this issue up.
Wow.
So this thing is really popping its little head out. Even though it's
Mm,
been on the books since the early 80s,
right.
it's one of those things that's like, oh, now we're starting to see. And I think
Right.
it's because of what's going on, the international issue,
Mhm.
dealing with overseas issues, dealing with the softwares, the apps, and everything. And all this is coming, and this is what's bringing it
So
to a
this
head.
could be a very
Well, I know
very
I'm going to
pertinent and
tune in.
Yeah.
important topic then that
Very-
everybody should be
Yeah.
focusing on.
I think so
So
too.
as soon as you can get those details to us, please.
Yeah,
please do.
exactly.
So
That's next Thursday morning.
Next
Next
Thursday morning. Oh, and yes, actually,
8 o'clock.
no, we're going to be at noon. We're going to
Oh,
because Jonathan has a commitment in the morning, so we're going to be our show will be at noon next week. So
well, then
thank-
tune in at noon.
tune in at noon. So
Okay.
again, I want to thank you both for joining me this morning.
my
My
pleasure.
I
pleasure.
think we really covered a lot of ground this morning.
We
A
certainly
lot
did.
of exciting things. Like I said, the society, it's when I first started with the society, July and August was like our downtime. I mean, we are just
Not anymore.
not anymore.
Not
We are
anymore.
just doing so many great
Right.
things, and it's a year end thing.
It is
And
becoming.
it's almost like our tax season. Remember tax season ended on April 15th?
Yeah.
Remember those days?
No more.
Right, yeah.
Oh no, not anymore.
I just saw a great ad on in the Wall Street Journal. Jim shared it with me, and it says tax season's 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Basically, you're almost talking about that at this point.
Yep. It really
The
is.
sad reality is that is what's happening. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
It is the sad. Well, again, I want to thank you both for joining me this morning.
Pleasure.
And thank you for joining us as well. And I want everyone to have a wonderful day. And we'll see you next week at noon.